They ain't rock out that time, you know what I'm saying? Just let it rock out one time, just get in that groove, get ready to give y'all this news that you can use. Okay, so you won't be abused. That's what it is. You know what it is, you know what it is. And I am
International.
G, bringing you hot off the press every Tuesday, if not Tuesday, Wednesday, you know. But every week, bring you that hot off the press. Yeah, I know it was some exciting news last week. Very, very exciting news last week. Like I try to tell you, I try to deliver, try to give you things that you can build on, things that you can use. Um, Current events, what's going on? You know, we got to stay wise. We got to open our eyes and stay wise because even Satan is deep. I always said that. You know what I'm saying? I always told y'all that right there. Styles P, my man. It's a true statement. Open your eyes, stay wise, because even Satan is deep. For real. And it's deeper than you know it. Told y'all last time, I said the biggest thing in the world the devil did was convincing people he didn't exist. That's the same thing I've always said. That's what he did. Anyway, I'm going to bring y'all that news. You know what I'm saying? Last week was that fire. You know, it was that fire last week. But you know what? This week, you know what?
Nigga, nigga, nigga. You remember that shit I gave you last week, nigga? It's nothing, nigga. It's nothing. It's nothing, nigga. Nigga, it's nothing. This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga. Right here. This shit, nigga. This shit here, nigga.
You know what it is. You already know what it is. Shit, that fire hot off the press. Hey, and shit you can build on. Shit I done ran across. I said, damn, this going into what's happening right now today, you know? But we got a lot of things. I'm going to jump on into it. I'm not going to waste time because I know the NBA playoffs are on and things to that nature right there. I ain't trying to keep a whole lot. I'm just deliver this news. My purpose is deliver this news that y'all can use and build on. My peoples, I love y'all for real, seriously. Hey, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm talk about. Everybody been talking about the tariffs. The tariffs. That's the worst thing in the world. The worst thing in the world. Well, you know what he wanted to do. He wanted to bring everybody back to the table and renegotiate the things that's happening. You know, because the United States imports that were coming into this country, you know what I'm saying? Um, we were charging them, 2.5%, 3%, no outrageous thing, you know what I'm saying? It's everybody eat, you know. We had sent imports and stuff to their country and things of that nature. They putting 30, 40% tariffs on that, you know what I'm saying? 20%, 25, 30% tariffs on our goods. Making it so their people won't buy our stuff because it's way too expensive. Who do these Americans think they are? Think their shit is better than ours and all of that shit right there. So they buy their own, which we should anyway, buy our own. But anyway, I'm gonna show y'all this right here. As a result of these tariff wars, and I'm gonna give you the whole screen. These tariffs, things like this. This is from let me see. Hold on, right here. This is from Times of India, right here. The Times of India. All right, all right. The Indo-U.S. trade deal it works. India has offered a zero for zero tariffs on steel, auto parts. Now that's a big thing right there because automobiles and things were getting expensive. Even used cars were getting expensive and things of that nature right there. So that's a big deal right there. See, India really could replace China really in everything. They can replace China. Same amount of people, but their people are more skilled and knowledgeable. You dig what I'm saying? Have more education than those that's bred in you know um, China. not to be funny, not being racist or things like this. It is what it is. This is a time in society, and this is a time in history, a time in now, these days that we're in right here. You need people that's going to be 100% real, upfront, and give it to you like it is. No sugarcoating, no trying to con you out of shit like they've done did us. Oh my God! Now they're being exposed, and now they're want to point fingers and everything else. But ain't no more pointing no fingers and things in that nature no more. We know you. We see you, Satan. All right. If not, you better wake up. I'm telling you, you better wake up. We're gonna keep going though. I'm gonna flip off a couple of them at one time, and I'll keep it moving. Get this show underway. Let's see. Yeah, share that one again, all the way. Okay. A social justice advocate professor allegedly had child porn streaming on bedroom TV when FBI raided his home. Ain't that some damn shit, y'all? Ain't this some shit? Look at this motherfucker right here. Look, child porn. A professor. Disgusting. Disgusting. Yep. University of Texas at San Antonio. Ain't that some shit right there? Ain't that some shit? A Texas college professor. Right here. That's some shit. Gonna keep it going, y'all. We're just gonna keep it going. I told you we're gonna keep it going. All right, here it is right here. We're gonna keep it going right here. Remember COVID. Let me change the view here so you can see me when I'm talking. And I'd like for you to see me. Look me in my eyes, eye to eye. Look at this. I want you to see me. So we both tell them, hey, like it is. But look at here. Remember Dr. Fauci, Gamer Research, the COVID started in Carolina under researching developing the coronavirus into what it became. Dr. Fauci took it out of the country to China, and then from there, what happened? He got accidentally released, I guess, and caused a world pandemic. All right. Gain of function research is funded by the federal government, through some means. Dr. Fauci, who was appointed by Congress, oversaw these things. Created disease. He invested heavily into pharmaceutical companies and had the interest of WHO, World Health Organization, CDC, under his control. Also, his partner in crime, Bill Gates, which I got something to share on him. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start a movement on that. But here we are. I'm gonna show y'all this video real fast. Hold on.
The first relates to gain-of-function research. Gain-of-function research is a type of biomedical research where pathogens are adulterated, viruses are adulterated to make them more potent or to change the way that they function. Many people believe that gain-of-function research was one of the key causes of the COVID pandemic that struck us in the last decade. What this executive order does, first of all, it provides powerful new tools to enforce the ban on federal funding for gain-of-function research abroad. It also strengthens other oversight mechanisms related to that issue and creates an overarching strategy to ensure that biomedical research in general is being conducted safely and in a way that ultimately protects human health more.
It's a big deal. It could have been that we wouldn't have had the problem we had.
A lot of people say that, sir.
If we had this done earlier. Thank you.
You heard it. Right there, you heard it. So the gang of function executive order against the gang of function research is in effect. Executive order is signed by Trump. All right. You all know Naomi Campbell. She got banned from the Met Gala. For making comments and stuff, you know. So she said, fuck it, she won't go. I seen my girl Holly there, though. Oh, yeah, I seen her. Look here. Let's see what this woman had to say.
Homes.com's comprehensive search leader.
No way. I'm not, nope. Till you start paying me, I'm not, no commercials will be heard on this watch. You start paying, we can hear all you want to. You dig what I'm saying? But not until. For real. Yep.
So interesting to me how people dress when they come in for interviews, and sometimes you feel they're wearing clothes that they just bought that morning or maybe the night before, and not something that in any way suits their personality and who they are. And I think what everybody should remember, whether they're interviewing at Vogue or indeed anywhere, that we're not hiring your wardrobe. Your wardrobe is not going to be doing the job for you. It's who you are. I'll always remember a young man who came in a dress and a handbag, and I gave him the job on the spot. You have to dress for yourself, and it's the same for any job that you might be going for.
Anyway, look, this woman, she go on and makes a remark at Naomi Campbell about being late for a function, a fashion function. In other words, she was telling her, she was like, she on that CPT time, you know what I'm saying? So Naomi, Naomi, she said some smart, slick shit back to her, you know, when she accepted the award and all that shit right there, and then brush over too good with them white folks, you know what I mean? She was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Her career, she done made herself. Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, this is what I want to show y'all. I'll make it bigger. All right, Margie Taylor Greene. She airs frustrations that the group that she represents, you know, they're not happy. It's not a happy Republican base because what's going on is people are still struggling. You know what I'm saying? People are still fucking struggling out here. This shit is wild. You dig what I'm saying? It's not, you know, it's not great out here. You know what I'm saying? It could be better. I've seen better days. But, you know, a lot of uncertainty. And people frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And they really don't, I mean, they don't really have, it shouldn't be, but they are. And I pointed this article out because I wanted y'all to read the comments, some of the comments. Trump a con man, and she represents the ignorant base, and she is their queen of ignorance. That's what one said about her. But then somebody said, no way, Liz Cheney has class as an intelligent woman with values. Oh my gosh. So, you know, going back and forth right there. But these are the things that's in her comments right there. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, he had to say nothing like that, but damn, yeah, yeah. They mad. I'm gonna tell you why they mad, y'all. I'm gonna tell you exactly why they mad. And see, them the Democrats, man. I'm gonna tell you exactly why they're mad. They're mad for the simple fact because it's a struggle out here. Um, Groceries are still up. Um, gas is still gas is affordable, but things are still expensive, um, and there's a lot of uncertainty because of fear, fear, fear tactics. You know, and I hate to say it, it's just like when the Democrats created the Ku Klux Klan to drive the black people away from the Republican Party. I had to throw that in there. It's the same thing, though. It's repeating history just in a different way. It's just easy to see, um, but they're using the fear factor in a different way now. They're not bombing you, burning crosses in your yard, and all that right there. They're really instilling fear in you. You dig what I'm saying? Fear. Not the physical strike, the mental strike. You know what I'm saying? They fucking with your mental. You already know what the old pimp saying go. You get the brains, then the body will follow. Get the mind, the body will follow. That's what anything. You know, pimp shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that Cat Williams shit. Yeah. hmm But anyway, moving on. Let me go over here. I'm gonna change the whole thing topic all around. Let me see. Hold on, let me switch this up because I got a lot of shit to share with y'all today, but I'm gonna try to do it as quickly as possible. Um, let's do this right here. Let's do this right here. Okay, travel from power move. You see what I'm saying? Hot off the press. Yes, sir. Only opinion that matters. International G. You see it. What it is. Hot off the press. You dig what I'm saying. All right. Now, let's get into some shit, y'all. Let's get into some shit. I'm warming up. Then got warmed up on the show. Now I'm warming up. It's just like it's just like basketball, but it's different. Got to get warmed up and all that, and get into the groove of things. So now I'm getting into the groove of things. Now let's talk. All right. Now, all that money that went missing in 9/11 and money that's being directed into other people's funds, this not even living and things of that nature right there. Um, hey, they say that the Bush administration, a Bush official, he claimed that the United States built a $21 trillion underground city for the rich and powerful to live in, and near extinction events happen. This is what I mean. $21 trillion. It's a lot of money, y'all. A lot of money. A lot of money. A lot of money that they been stealing from us. We the people was our government, but it's only a small group of them that runs a large group of us, and we're supposed to be the controller of the government. We the people, not the government against the people, over the people, have power over us. They work for us. Put them motherfuckers in their place. Fuck that. You work for me, motherfucker. Shit. We can replace your ass, but you got to do it. And you got to get somebody that's in office that's not brainwashed, but for the people, not brainwashed, not political, not been in that political dirty ass system. That's why I like Trump. That's why I voted for Trump this time. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I voted for Trump. I did. That's why I did, because he's not a politician. He's not washed up into that system. The motherfuckers don't like him. The rich don't like him. He knows. I think this is why Elon Musk is stopping. For real. I think this has something to do with Elon Musk. Elon Musk stopping. Oh, now Trump's he got his man working. He done gave these motherfucking illegals two choices: leave now and get a free ticket and an extra bonus and an exit bonus. And he said they were giving up $1,000 for them to leave. They got a free ticket, a good meal before you left. Or 2, you can refuse to leave and face a fine of $1K a day, prosecution and imprisonment, forfeiture of all assets, garnishment of all wages, confiscation of all properties, deportation whenever and wherever we choose. Hey, listen, y'all. These motherfuckers is goddamn opening back up Alcatraz. Trump ain't playing. He's getting ready to open up Alcatraz. I don't know. I think it's going to be the American version of Guantanamo Bay, but Trump is opening up. Listen, Trump is opening back up fucking Alcatraz. Think I'm bullshitting? It's a tourist shit now. This shit get ready to go down right now. Now, hey, he's opening Alcatraz back up. I don't know what form, detention center. Boy, some shit about to go down. And he said he had a major announcement that he had to make. He sure did. He said he had a major announcement he had to make. Let's see what's going on right here.
Caroline Levitt is with us. Caroline, thank you. Alcatraz, tell me more.
Great to see you, Sean. Thank you so much. And this is a phenomenal idea by President Trump that will be executed upon. In fact, I can confirm for you that the White House has already administered calls with the Bureau of Prisons, our counterparts at the Department of Justice, and our counterparts at the Department of Interior, because Alcatraz is now run by the National Park Service. And we know our great Secretary of Interior, Doug Burgum, is in charge of that. So the Bureau of Prisons has already confirmed that they are assessing next steps to reopen this notorious prison. And the reason for it is because President Trump is leaving no stone unturned to restore law and order to our country and to make it very clear to criminals, repeat offenders, not just illegal immigrant criminals, but also American citizens who have refused to comply with our nation's laws. If you have been repeatedly breaking the law, if you are in and out of prison, that is ending under this administration. President Trump's team is going to enforce our laws and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. So we are absolutely looking into this, assessing next steps. And
they ain't gonna put no traps on you like damn Clinton and them did though. They gonna do you like that. You keep on getting into some shit, but they get ready to open Alcatraz back up. I'm telling you, and it's gonna be for them peoples. That's who it's gonna be for. I know who's going in there. I sure do. Start sharing right quick now. Yep, I know who's going in there. Hold on. Oh yeah, let me share this with y'all right here. I know y'all doing. Look at here. Hey, I know one might go in there. Hey, look at here. Cause this motherfucker right here, I know he get ready to tell every damn thing. He too old to go to prison. This motherfucker right here, Smokey Robinson. Smokey Robinson. Don't you know, y'all? Smokey Robinson has been accused of sexual battery by former workers in a bombshell lawsuit. Smokey motherfucking Robinson. Smokey motherfucking Robinson. Yes, sir. Yeah, Mr. Smooth Singer. Yep. Ain't for long for everything come out on every motherfucking body. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody got something to hide. Something to hide. It's gonna come out on you. What's in the dark shall come to the light. You should know that. You can't hide. Can't hide. I got some more shit for you. I got some fire articles now. Hell no, I got some fire articles for you. Hell to the no. Let me see what we right here doing. Wait a minute now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me go on and share this right here. Like we were saying about Trump's, and I'm gonna elaborate more on that in just a minute here. But meanwhile, I want y'all to look at this. Check this. There you go. Damn, how do I get this motherfucker? Oh, yeah. Hold on, where was it? There it is. Right. Oh, it went over there. Damn, here it is, though. Fuck, it went over there. Hold on. Damn. Hold tight, y'all. My fault for being so damn unprofessional. This is one thing about the podcasting that I really have to master. It's a smooth transition between things I want to pull up, articles and things of that nature right there. But don't worry, I mean, damn, hey, I'm an amateur, but I'm getting there. It's gonna be there. I ain't no amateur. I'm a damn professional. Everything I do, fuck that shit. It's gonna get better. Look at here, y'all. You remember all these damn, here it is right here, the good with the bad. Hey, all the fear factor, all that, you know, and things aren't really good. Things aren't really good out here. You know, prices up and down like Wall Street. People don't know if tariffs gonna hit and make things go up and things like that. You got the Democrats out here taking advantage of that right there. And I'm gonna tell you all about that right there. And it's gonna shame the devil when I finish telling y'all. But look at this one right here first, y'all. Wait a minute. Oh, my fault. I had it on mute. Let's go right here.
He's just a very funny man. You have to understand how he operates.
No president, nobody can come in and change things overnight.
I really believe that he's the one God's chosen.
I'm really very optimistic.
I know tariffs got everybody scared.
Tariffs, they don't scare me at all.
I'm willing, I think, to go through a little bit of initial pain.
We have to have some pain to have the gain.
I think that sometimes you have to go through a little bit of the fire to get to the end of the rainbow.
Nobody likes to pay more for anything, I don't, but in the long run, I think it's going to be good.
People are saying, oh, well, prices are going to go way up, we won't be able to do anything. Well, how was the last 4 years? My grocery bills were ridiculous. That was for no reason. This is for a good reason.
Even the great empires he's built in business, I trust that same savvy is going to be helping our country also.
My biggest issue is at the border, and he's killing it.
No open borders. The many millions running across the border. Now, if you look at it, the amount of documented people coming across the border, it's done in a very structured way.
It's just one of those things where you put yourself and you feel the empathy aspect of it, and you feel sort of, when you see a kid being pulled, and you're like, man, is there another way we could have did that?
I'm just thrilled that they are getting rid of the criminals and illegal aliens.
I'm not sure that all of them are real bad criminals, but if you come here illegally, it still makes you a criminal.
I do believe that people are criminals and they're doing the wrong things. They should be taken out of our country. But some of the families, I was wondering some ways we could have handled that a little bit differently.
Okay, y'all. You hear from Trump voters from the first 100 concerning the first 100 days.
Hello, guys. Today I'll show you around my warehouse.
Oh hell no, we ain't doing that right there. You ain't paying me. Let's stop that right there. Then. Yeah. Like I was saying. He yeah. Wait a minute, trying to find this next article. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, that was first 100 days in office. Let me tell y'all something though. Let me break this shit down to you. Okay. we're struggling right now. Everyone is. Let me tell you something right here. The things that the first quarter started April 1st. The first quarter. Financial quarter, first quarter. So Trump's first quarter is actually April the 1st. That's his quarter. The shit what we was going through right there, going through in April and all that shit right there, up until then, you know what I'm saying? All that shit from January through March the 30th, that was all Biden. See what's your performance and how you move things around and tariffs you put in place and the things that you do during the fourth quarter, it manifests itself in the first quarter. Well, the third quarter, that was the third quarter. Excuse me, the third quarter. It manifests itself in the fourth quarter. So really, Trump, you got April, May, June. That's his quarter. So we'll know everything that he's been doing by the numbers in July 1st. All this shit that's been going on ain't been his fault. I mean, that's economics, y'all. Macro, micro, psycho, whatever. However, basic economics, motherfucker. All right? That's why I say pick up a motherfucking book and read sometime about anything. Real shit. Just read. Some shit going on, you don't know nothing about the economy. Read about the motherfucking economy. Get up a book just to read about the economy. You can get them dummy books for the dummies. You dig what I'm saying? Teach me about the economy for dummies. They got books for y'all. Break it down to the simplest compound, but you know what? You're lazy. Don't even want to pick up a book. They even got the audio for you. They don't even want to listen to the motherfucker. You know what? You shoot it. No. Like, goddamn, it's going to hurt you. It ain't going to do nothing but help you. All this is y'all fault. You know what I'm saying? Because you could been picked up a book, found out what and how that is, and then you can see through the lies. Devil can't trick you. The only way you can be tricked is something you don't know about. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna show y'all my girl. It's official. She already done showed y'all. Put it up live right here, y'all. People are in disbelief after Halle Berry's extremely revealing Met Gala outfit exposed parts of her crouch. And they did not say anything about the tattoo that she has an international G right there. That part was partially covered up, y'all. But, hey, let's take a look. Nice outfit, huh? Here we go. Here we go. Gala. There we go. Here it is right there. That's the back. Nice. It looked nice. You can tell it looks like imported Italian silk with some Egyptian lace. That's what it looks like to me. Now let's see what they've been going crazy over. See where she got the International G right there. International G. It's covered up right there though. Yeah, they gone crazy over there, man. They gone crazy over there. Come on, man. They'll be all right. They'll be okay. They shall be all right. All right, let me get rid of this screen so I can put another screen up right quick. Oh, yeah, Trump, I don't even have to show y'all that right there. I'm just going to tell you about it. Trump plans, he got a 100% tariffs on movies made in foreign countries. Tom Cruise, I think he's talking to you. I think he's pointing his finger at you, Tom Cruise. Surely is. All right, let's move on over here to this next thing. I told you I'm gonna keep it rolling, y'all, this week. Because the basketball game's on. But y'all are very important to me. That's why I'm here. But let's move on. We're gonna move on. Let's see what this is about right here. This right here, that's about Bill Gates. I told you we're going to boycott him. We're going to boycott Bill Gates. Boycott Bill Gates. We boycott Microsoft. We're going to boycott Xbox, Bill and Melinda Foundation. Let's see, Office products. Everybody download Safari shit. Safari shit, Apple shit, the pages, the numbers, and keynotes, all that right there. That's what y'all do. We boycotting damn Bill Gates. Fuck Bill Gates. Bill Gates trying to kill us. That's all he doing. Let's see what this is about right here. We're gonna talk about this right here. Then we can talk about it.
Talk to me about the 50 and 5 plan.
So the UN has partnered with Bill Gates on this, what they call digital public infrastructure. It's a very fancy term. And I think the simplest way to understand it is they're building a giant digital gulag for all of humanity. So the UN Development Program has officially launched this. It was officially launched at the end of last year, where they're going to get 50 governments, they call them countries, but really they mean governments, to impose at least some major element of this digital public infrastructure on their population within 5 years. So 2028.
Passports.
Digital IDs, and those are already emerging. In fact, many states are developing these. I just went through the airport yesterday. You can scan your digital ID QR code, right? So that's happening.
And that's really one of the main reasons for the COVID
absolutely
nonsense.
The architecture that was laid down is the backbone of this global control grid that they're building. So then you've got the central bank digital currencies, which are already being unveiled. Right? They've already been released. The World Economic Forum just said a few days ago 98% of the governments and central banks in the world are working on these CBDCs. Once they're fully operational, I guarantee you they're going to start waging war on cash much more openly. They'll say it's a tool for terrorists and pimps and every nasty thing, tax cheats, everything you can think of. Then you've got the payment processing systems, and you've also got, we just had the head of the World Health Organization talk about this recently, the digital health certificates, the digital vaccine passports. They're taking what the EU developed during the COVID, which, by the way, the European Commission was promoting vaccine passports in May of 2019, long before anybody ever heard of COVID or anything like that. So they're taking all of this together, and they are using it to build a control system that will not just be able to surveil and monitor everything you do on an unprecedented scale. When you combine it with AI, the ability to make sense of all this data, it's just mind-blowing. but also to manipulate what you do. And so they're talking about this again pretty openly. If you look at the World Economic Forum meetings, they talk about the benefits of programmable central bank digital currency, where they will be able to say who can buy what, when, under what conditions. And then the Bank for International Settlements, Carroll Quigley, to go back to him for a moment, Bill Clinton's mentor, the guy who really exposed this global agenda to create a one world system, he said the apex of the system was going to be the Bank for International Settlements. This is an institution that's almost entirely unknown to Americans. And what they are working on right now, and this is not a secret, it's not a conspiracy because it's not happening behind closed doors, is what they call a universal blockchain ledger. They want to tokenize every asset in the known universe, every farm, every car, every house, every tree, put it on this ledger, this blockchain ledger, and then you're only able to interact with this blockchain ledger using your biometric digital ID, using your central bank digital currencies. And so if I want to buy something from you, I can't just hand you a $100 bill. I've got to go on my device, connect to this blockchain system, transfer the central bank digital currencies to you. And so this is a mechanism for controlling humanity that I think is really unprecedented in human history. And when you take it all together, it's very obvious.
That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. Hey, but it happens. It happens. Where we at now? Hold on. Okay. All right. Let's move on. We're gonna move on to a couple more articles. And we'll talk about them.
It has just been confirmed that church is officially cancelled in the UK. The Church of England, which every English person knows about, every English town and city in the UK has a Church of England church just round the corner. They have now decided that they are dropping the word church and instead calling it community. And they've got £80 million worth of funding to do so. But it gets worse. Instead of having Bible study and prayer in a church, they've decided, no. We need to be more modern. We need to swap that for countryside walks. And honestly, the way the Church of England is now going, I would not be surprised if the next Archbishop of Canterbury is Chris Packman. You think I'm joking? This is embarrassing. And the big question that needs to be asked is, has anyone ever asked Jesus Christ what he thinks about this? Has anyone ever asked Jesus Christ? Because didn't Christ himself say, I will build my church and the gates of hell will not prevail against it? This is not your church, O Church of England. The leaders of the Church of England, you have no right to say you are dropping a word that has been there since the very beginning of the church, since God himself ordained and worked through the people, the local body of Christ, and called it the church. You have no right to change it.
Hot right there now. He's very upset. He's very upset. Yep. He's very upset. Let's see something here. Let's keep going. Let's keep it moving.
The mud flood. What really happened? This wasn't just a flood. It was a reset, a geospiritual purge. Not from nature, from them. The elite bloodlines didn't just erase history, they buried it. Literally. The mud wasn't water and dirt, it was liquidated memory, a slurry of alchemical reaction, sound frequency, and geo-engineered destruction. This was weaponized Earth. They triggered it using ancient tech, resonance devices, tower harmonics, something like harp but older. It didn't just cover buildings, it silenced truth. Tartaria wasn't a lost empire, it was the empire. Worldwide, unified, based on free energy, ether tech, vibration, sound, water, and sacred geometry. The architecture still whispers it. Star forts, orphan trains, cathedrals tuned like instruments. They were building with resonance, not brick, and that scared the parasite class. So what did they do? They turned the ether grid against itself, hijacked the somatic fields, triggered a resonance collapse. Stone became liquid, mountains bled, the ground rose and swallowed whole cities. That's what the mud was. Not sediment, not floodwater. Resonance fallout from a frequency war. The so-called mud flood appears worldwide. Buried windows, half-submerged doors, cities built on top of cities, perfectly preserved ruins beneath fresh layers of soil. This wasn't erosion, it was instant burial. The only force that could do that globally, with precision. Sound. Tartarian cities weren't primitive. They were powered by resonant architecture, buildings designed to generate and receive frequency. Domes, antennas, star forts, giant tuning forks disguised as monuments. These structures didn't just look beautiful, they harnessed free energy, pulled from the ether, distributed wirelessly through geometry and sound. The enemy didn't just want to destroy the people, they needed to shut down the grid. And to do that, they had to collapse the frequency.
See, they can go on and on, y'all. That's a 15-minute video, and I'm not going to do that right there. 15 minutes, but y'all see what that is right there. Those are facts, man. Older cats, I mean, you know, the Tertarians. Read about those folks, for real. It's crazy. Let's see. Let's see something here. All right. With that being said, let me see. Hold on. I'm not going anywhere yet because I have a few more articles to share. And I'm going to share these articles with y'all. All right, so I'm going to roll. So y'all just bear with me. I'm going to roll. Y'all just listen and see what they're doing. All right? Some of the things I ran across. And I'm going to put it all the way up. Yeah. Check this.
The United States government is going to have a special team of digital Noahide enforcers who are going to comb through your social media profiles. They're going to make sure that you're not questioning Israel, that you're not critical of Jews, or the Shabbos goys who have allowed those Jews to completely consume our government. They're putting up a big metaphorical sign saying only Zionists are welcome in the United States of America, which you may as well at this point just call the United States of Israel. Because again, if you don't do Israel's bidding, this fake, occupied, pedophilic, compromised federal government is making it abundantly clear to you. There's no place for you here. That's not being hyperbolic. Remember, Trump's Homeland Security Secretary is Kristi Noem, the skank from South Dakota who cheated on her husband before signing a piece of legislation, treasonous, unconstitutional legislation called HB 1076, which made it illegal to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, illegal to support the right of Palestinian people to simply exist on planet Earth, and of course, made it illegal to question Israel in and of itself. These people are shredding the First Amendment right before your very eyes, and it seems that nobody really seems to give a f. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, as these thought criminal arrests and deportations ramped up, a DHS spokeswoman actually said it out loud. She told the media that, quote, Secretary Kristi Noem has made it clear that anyone who thinks they can come to America and hide behind the First Amendment to advocate for anti-Semitic violence and terrorism, think again. You're not welcome here. When the United States government starts accusing its own people of hiding behind constitutional amendments that were designed for the sole purpose of limiting governmental power, stopping the treasonous traitors in D.C. from doing exactly what they're doing right now, then this country is cooked. Free speech is dead, no matter who's in the White House. Trump isn't your free speech president. He's not your anti-war president. He is your owned and occupied president by Israel. Benjamin Netanyahu is running this country. Benjamin Netanyahu is telling Trump what to do. And for noticing that, you'll be deported.
Can't deport me. They can do what they want to. I don't know where they would send me, though. Where would they send me? I guess anywhere I want to go. It don't matter. I'll go anywhere. Damn right. All right, let's see what this is right here, y'all.
The media's lack of it. Val, it's stunning to monitor the media's lack of interest in the whole Maui story. I've been in this business for 30 years. I'm stunned, but I'm not surprised. The dots are connecting, and coincidence seems to be the story here, right? But the true story, the media knows it is not allowed to tell, but I can. Is it a coincidence that the Maui police chief is the same man who was in charge in Las Vegas during that massacre that killed 58 people? Is it a coincidence that the Maui property, owned by million and billionaires, wasn't touched by the
Now, of course, the real agenda behind this cannot be shared on here.
Yep. Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. That's what I'm getting ready to do.
The United States government is going to have a special team of digital know.
Oh yeah, this is talking about education.
Okay.
Y'all know what I already had said about education, about Rockefellers and all that right there, how they got education and so they could have workers, not thinkers. You know what I mean?
Okay. You're saying they're brainwashing. Okay, you're saying these people that are experts in brainwashing is using the Department of Education to brainwash our children.
Yes.
What are they after? Why are they doing it?
Well, if you want to move a country from a free individualistic economy,
which we have.
Yes, or had.
Or had, okay.
To a planned economy, you have to do it through the schools. You have to dumb down and brainwash, change the attitudes and values. You have to completely, social engineering has to go on constantly. And many teachers know what I'm talking about. And people are going to say, well, when did this start? And who on earth ever did this? Why would a plan like that be allowed to be carried out?
That's right.
Well, then you have to go back to 1934, which I will do, and we have to go to the three-pronged fork, okay? So I do think that the watershed year, although you can go back to the early part of the century when the Rockefeller Foundation and the Carnegie Corporation were deeply involved in education, and that it was decided then that Carnegie would deal with the international part and Rockefeller domestic. So they commissioned the American Historical Association to put together a study of the social studies, and they came up with lots of volumes, but I have one little volume, Conclusions and Recommendations for the Social Studies. And basically that little one is an original book. I wish I'd brought it with me. Too bad. But I don't even dare let it out of the house. It's so important. It called for changing the United States through the schools from a free individualistic economy to a socialist, collectivized, planned economy in the New World Order.
It says that in the book?
Yes.
And that book was written when?
In 1934.
By who?
It was the Carnegie Corporation paid for it. The American Historical Association put it together. And
can people get that book in the library?
No. No, they can't. They were very instrumental in getting the Elementary and Secondary Education Act passed, which, as I said before, changed education from knowledge, content-based, academic, to performance-based behavior. And from that time on, because that was necessary for what we're looking at now with school to work agenda is the planned economy is performance-based.
So they're training workers.
They're training
not thinkers, not leaders.
Exactly. At that time, you had a general, Buck Chisholm, a Canadian general psychiatrist, who was a very close friend of Alger Hiss's. And he gave a speech in 1945 to the World Health Organization, which basically recommended getting rid of the conscience.
Wow.
Yes. And he said we would do it through the schools. We would retrain the teachers to be little psychiatrists. He said it is an international system they're looking at. They're going to change the behavior of the children. They're going to change the teachers' training. They're going to do everything. He told them everything.
And they didn't believe him?
No, they just let, well, you know what goes on.
Whoa. You know it. You know it. Keep it going. This right here is... Hey, this right here blew my mind right here. I just want y'all to look at this right here. Hey, this girl right here, she on some other shit. I don't know.
But I want to get the shit out of my chest because I can't take it no more. But I need white people to really start being white supremacists again. I need you guys to tap into that shit and do it again, please, because this country is out of control. I mean, goddamn, we got little kids thinking that they could be fucking females, and we got black people thinking they built America. This shit is crazy. And honestly, if you guys don't do anything about it, your whole generation is going to be completely... I mean, come on, now you guys are getting killed off right now, and you guys, it seems like you guys are okay with it. Your women are getting raped, that's for sure, by Muslims and blacks. It's happening all the time. You see it. Ain't nobody say anything because you can't say nothing bad about a Muslim or a black man. Or you can let them rape. Go ahead, let them rape. But don't say anything about being racist. Don't say that, right? You guys need to stop it, okay? I don't know. I think Alex Jones was right about the whole frog gay shit. because white people used to be so strong. And you guys now are literally letting a word, racism. The word racism is killing your whole generation. It is. You're scared to be a racist. You better be a racist, because if you're not, this is going to kill you off. Basically, racism means the death of white people.
Damn. There it is. She wants some more racist. Let's see what they got to say right here.
Exist, and there is, well, you know, those people do exist, and there is the seed of the serpent that comes all the way from Genesis 3:15. It's called the proto-evangelium. It's actually the first prophecy that God put in the Bible with regard to Eve and the Nakash being the serpent. And he said in Genesis 3:15, he said, I will put enmity, which is pure hatred, between her seed and your seed, talking to the Nakash. And that word seed in the Greek is spermos, from which we get our word sperm. So it means literal offspring. So the churches, however, have done us a disservice in that they physically say that there was a physical line coming from Eve, you know, with regard to Seth, and then Noah, Shem, Abraham.
Yeah. Y'all have to watch that. I put that on the page, on the Facebook page, and let y'all watch that right there furthermore. But furthermore, this woman right here, she sold her 6-year-old daughter, man, because, and this is in South Africa, sold her 6-year-old daughter for her eyes and skin convicted. All right, look at this. Hold on. This is the woman right here. Right here. Sold her daughter. But check this out right here, what it says she did. Now, hold on. Yeah, it says the child. Oh, okay. This says the child's fate remains unknown, but court testimony revealed horrifying allegations that her mother admitted to selling her daughter to a Sangulama, a traditional healer, for ritual purposes. So knowing her daughter was gonna get killed. Man, she don't go to hell. She look like a devil. Look at her, look like she possessed now. That's crazy. Oh yeah, that's what that do right there. Oh yeah, this crazy right here. Hey, let's see. Where's that? Oh, there it is.
Kanye West recently went on a rant about Kim Kardashian keeping his kids from him and came out at the same time. During the rant, Kanye West seemingly says, "I'm gay and I'm in charge of my legacy." The audio wasn't very clear, so fans are torn on whether Kanye West was actually saying "I'm gay" or if he was saying "I'm yay." Regardless of what Kanye West said, he could possibly just be gay baiting for the attention we know he loves. Kanye West recently went on a rant.
Kanye attention. Now them folks making him do this so he can come back home. Kanye trying to go back home. Kanye miss home. I ain't talking about with no Kim Kardashian either. I'm talking about he missed home. He missed with them folks, with them Illuminatis. He missed that right there. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's mine. But let's move on.
Flock cameras are
already warned y'all about that.
main thing that law enforcement uses now to catch criminals. That's what it is. As clear as I can say it. What we'll do is I'll put a picture of the flock camera on this so that you'll see it. But they're everywhere. Once you see this thing, you're going to realize that you see them everywhere. It is a camera that is positioned to capture your license. That's what a flock camera is. But these cameras capture more than your license. They can capture the interior of your vehicle as you drive by these cameras, especially the positioning of the camera. And it's legal. And so what happens is this camera captures your tag. And when it captures your tag, it's able to detect where your vehicle has been anywhere in the United States where there are flock cameras. If you're in Georgia and you travel to New York, every time your vehicle tag gets captured by a flock camera, it is entered into a database and they're able to track it. Flock cameras are the main thing that law enforcement uses now to catch criminals. That's what it is. As clear as I can say it. What we'll do is I'll put a picture of the flock camera on the.
I'm telling y'all, and I've been telling y'all, gangster and gay go together. They just play like they don't. But gangsters and gays have always gone together. When they go to jail, who you think turn into the gangsters' girlfriends? I'm telling y'all.
That nigga funny, boy. Yeah, nigga something else. Boy, he's something else. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Talk about, remember I told y'all about my man, Ibrahim Traoré. Now, Obama's speaking about it.
It was a quiet morning in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré was in his office reviewing important documents on local policy progress when his assistant, Marie, hurried into the room. "Mr. President," she said, visibly nervous, "you need to see this now." Traoré looked up from the report he was reading, intrigued by the unusual tone of urgency in Marie's voice. "What happened?" Marie handed him a tablet with a live broadcast of a press conference in the United States. Barack Obama, former US president, was on stage talking about global leadership and the changes the world needed to face. But what caught Traoré's attention was something completely unexpected. Obama had mentioned Burkina Faso directly. "Burkina Faso," said Obama, his voice echoing through the packed auditorium.
Why do I use Navan?
No one asked you!
It makes managing business travel spend so freaking easy. With Navan, employees book in-policy flights, hotels, cars, and more, while I stay in control of our budget.
Ooh la la!
Do you mind?
Sorry.
I set my company's travel policy once, and now every employee sees what they can and can't book. I see in real time what everyone's booking.
Creepy!
And save time by automating approval flows and closing the books faster. When my employees book below policy, they earn rewards for their vacations.
What does that even mean?
I'm glad you asked. Navan rewards employees towards their personal trips if they book hotels below policy. It's all funded by Navan. Ergo, we improve our bottom line, and our employees are happy.
Is a powerful example of how small nations can lead big transformations. Under the leadership of Ibrahim Traoré, the country is proving that self-reliance and dignity are not just ideals, but achievable realities. Traoré felt his heart stop for a moment. He didn't expect to hear his name coming out of Barack Obama's mouth, much less in such a positive context. He continued watching the broadcast, trying to process the words that echoed through the room. Traoré has rejected traditional models of foreign aid, Obama continued, and is building a future based on mutual respect and trust in the potential of his own people. That is true leadership. The room where Obama was speaking erupted in warm applause, while images of projects led by Traoré appeared on screens behind the former American president. Photos of farmers working on reclaimed land, Children learning in newly built schools and young scientists developing technological solutions to local problems were displayed for international audiences. Traoré slowly lowered the tablet, still dazed. I didn't expect that, he muttered, shaking his head in disbelief. Marie smiled, excited. Mr. President, this is incredible. The entire world is seeing the impact of your work. But Traoré remained silent for a few moments, reflecting on the weight of those words. He knew that statement wasn't just about him. It was about all the people of Burkina Faso who were fighting every day to build a better future. Marie, he said finally, we need to respond to this, but not with pride or ego, with gratitude and humility. Marie nodded, already starting to organize the next steps. She knew that this would be a crucial moment for the president and the country. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, Obama concluded his speech with a direct message to Traoré. Ibrahim, he said, looking directly into the cameras, if you are watching, know that your courage is inspiring many of us. Keep showing the world that Africa does not need to be saved. It needs to be respected. Obama's statement quickly went viral on social media, sparking intense debates about sovereignty, self-sufficiency, and Africa's role on the global stage. Hashtags such as Respect for Africa and Leadership with Dignity began to circulate widely, highlighting the importance of public policies centered on local communities. Back in Burkina Faso, Traoré continued to absorb Obama's words. He knew this was more than just a tribute. It was a global recognition of the path that Burkina Faso was taking. Marie, he said after a few minutes of reflection, prepare a press conference for tomorrow. We need to show the world that these policies are not just about me, they are about our people. Marie nodded, already starting to organize the details. She knew that this would be a crucial moment for the president and the country. The day after Barack Obama's statement, Ibrahim Traoré called a press conference at the presidential palace to respond to the global recognition that Burkina Faso had received. The room was packed with local and international journalists, all eager to hear how the president would react to the former American president's words. Traoré took to the stage wearing traditional Burkinabe clothing, a clear symbol of his connection to the country's cultural roots. He began his speech calmly, but firmly. Yesterday, he said, looking directly at the audience, Mr. Barack Obama made comments about our country that left me speechless.
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house.
We'll see whatever happens after that. Hold on, now I'm skip all. I ain't gonna do like I did last time.
Completely silent, everyone hanging on his words. I didn't expect to hear my name coming out of the mouth of someone as respected as him, Traoré continued. But what touched me most was not the praise given to me. It was the recognition of the work of our people. He then announced an innovative initiative that would expand efforts already underway, the Sovereign Future Program. The aim was to empower local communities to develop sustainable solutions to their own problems without relying on foreign interventions. This program, said Traoré, is not just about politics. It is about proving that we can take care of ourselves. And most importantly, it is about showing the world that Africa does not need to be saved. It needs to be respected. The statement was met with enthusiastic applause by many present, especially local journalists. However, some international correspondents appeared skeptical, questioning the project's viability. Mr. President, asked a French reporter, How does Burkina Faso plan to implement these initiatives without external resources? Isn't it too risky? Traoré smiled before responding. Everything we do involves risk, he said, but the biggest risk would be accepting help that would compromise our dignity. We are betting on the potential of our people, and I know they will not disappoint us. The response was widely publicized on social media, generating intense debates about sovereignty and sustainable development. Hashtags such as Respect for Africa and Leadership with Dignity began to circulate widely, highlighting the importance of public policies centered on local communities. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Traoré's team was already working to implement the plan. The Minister of Agriculture organized meetings with community leaders to identify areas most in need, while Marie, the social worker who coordinated the efforts, visited villages to listen to farmers' demands.
They go on to say, man, but he just don't need to listen to Obama. Don't let that shit go over your head, because Obama, he's something else now. He killed Gaddafi. So, you know, and Gaddafi was doing the same thing he did. Don't let him get too close to you, bro. For real. I'm warning you. For real. I need to write you. I need to talk to you. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. Fuck that. That ain't right, boy. All right, let's move on. All right. If you don't know, I've been telling y'all, Michelle, Obama and Big Mike getting a divorce. They got their Martha Vineyard summer home. They got that on sale for $39 million now. And you know it's getting real when Michelle reveals that she's in therapy. Say for life transitions, okay? Let's listen to her.
At this, phase of my life, I'm in therapy right now because I'm transitioning. I'm 60 years old. I've finished a really hard thing in my life with my family intact. I'm an empty nester. My girls are in, they've been launched. And now for the first time, as I've said before, every choice that I'm making is completely mine. I now don't have the excuse of, well, my kids need this or my husband needs that or the country needs that. So how do I think about this next phase? And let me get some help. Let me unwind some old habits.
There it is. Yeah, she caught Obama with that white woman. Yep, Obama. Damn right. It was $70 million in the lawsuit, y'all. Anyway, as far as the Richard Cranium Award goes, I don't really have anyone to give it to this week. So what I might do, I might just give it out on Saturday or something. No, next week. I'll just give it out next week. That's what I'll do. But yeah, I just want to get those articles out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Tired, man. I just been tired, under the weather with that pollen. But I'm better now. Way better, like 99% better, 100% almost. Still a little sleepy sometimes, though. You know what I mean? With that, taking that medicine for the pollen. But anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna call it a night. Next week we have another show next week, and next week's show, it's gonna be like, what I'm saying, how it's gonna be. It's gonna just say one thing.
Nigga.
You remember that shit I gave you last week, nigga? It's nothing, nigga. It's nothing. It's nothing, nigga. Nigga, it's nothing. This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga. Right here. This shit, nigga. This shit here, nigga.
Y'all know what it is. Hot off the press. And I be
International
G. And I say I leave y'all with peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. And shout out to my peoples, Big Haas, Osala Crush, the Hoteps, and all you shines out there. I want y'all to stop shining, man, and glow. You know what I'm saying? Stop shining. Glow. You know? For real. And grow. Yeah. Read something. I need y'all to do that. I love y'all. Y'all be good. And I'll see you next week. Same time, same bad station. CPT, baby. 8 o'clock CPT.